Hi. Today I wanted to talk a bit about an often misunderstood topic, in my opinion. I want to talk about loneliness. Lately I've felt a bit of a piercing sensation in my chest, and I associate that feeling with loneliness. Now, I feel it's often misunderstood coming from someone who is uniquely introverted, where people tend to think because I'm an introverted person that I enjoy and spend most of my time alone. Now, I do spend most of my time alone, but that's just circumstantial. I don't think anyone enjoys time on their own for extended periods of time. You're going to reach a point where you need someone, a friendly face, to even just listen or to have them talk to you and feel like you're involved in something. The way I see it, because of this misunderstanding where people think that I'm going to speak in first person for sanity's sake, where people think that I enjoy spending time alone, so therefore I'm fine because I'm an introverted person and introverts spend time on their own. And when that happens externally from myself with those around me, I start to feel isolated. And that's an awful feeling. No one likes feeling isolated. There's a difference here because someone might argue with you that being in isolation is a way to find yourself or understand what your needs are, your desires, that kind of thing, like internal thinking. But that's different. That's solitude, which in my mind I differentiate those as solitude is something done purposefully for the purpose of finding oneself, as opposed to isolation, which is circumstantial. You just happen to be on your own, whether it's you feel in your mind that you're alone out there, or be it physically there's no one around. And it's a scary feeling. Honestly, it's a scary feeling. I don't really know where I'm going with this, to be honest. I found myself feeling it lately. It's an awful feeling, and I know I'm not the only one out there who has that, so I wanted to share the perspective that I have on it. Mine comes in a more physical manner. I feel it in my chest again. I feel like a piercing emptiness, whereas others might feel it differently. But I think the underlying sense is that because there's a misunderstanding of people wanting their space and bunching that together with isolation, there's a lot of lonely people out there, and you're not alone. There's plenty of us. And let me clear something up. This is not a cry for help. I've just made a point of noting things down that I'm feeling on a day-to-day basis. I have a thought journal, and this was just one that I felt like recording for my sake, so I have this to look back on. Maybe someone will find use in it. I'm trying to build a sense of understanding behind this feeling and making sure that no one's left unheard. Something else I've caught myself doing because of this feeling is I've been taking a lot of pictures, selfies of myself, pictures of things around me. I've been sharing them on stories, different feeds. And I'm not narcissistic. I don't have that kind of, obsession or love for myself in the way where I want people to compliment and stuff like that. I'm not narcissistic, but I ask myself, why do I do that? And I did some research, and it's something that lines in with the feeling of loneliness and isolation, where your goal to get out of that is to feel a sense of purpose and a sense of existence. So me sharing these things on social media platforms is not from a narcissistic perspective. It's more of a way to express existence, which it sounds very weird saying it like that. I think that's what I did on a subconscious level, is I posted these pictures as a way for me to see that they're there, it's of me, and I exist. In this study that I read, it mentioned a lot of people who tend to look at themselves when they're doing a video conference. The same reason why when you walk past a mirror, you unconsciously look at yourself. You give yourself a smile, a wink, something to create that reaction out of yourself. And that's because it gives you a sense of existence. And at the end of it, they recommend that you don't stop those behaviors because it does create a feeling of self-worth, and that's a good feeling to have. But yeah, I caught myself taking a lot of pictures and sharing them for no apparent reason, but besides having them out there, even if it's just a story and I know it's going to go away in 24 hours, I do it. And I know I'm not the only one who does it. Anyways, that's my 2 cents on the whole thing. I don't want this to go for too long. I thought I'd share that and make sure that anyone who's seeing this and who's maybe feeling the things that I'm feeling or going through something similar, you're not alone. Sometimes your intentions can be misunderstood, and that's okay. It just means that maybe you should reach out to someone you feel comfortable with and explain this to them so that in the future they know what you're going through and they can better assist in any way. I hope that helped. I don't know. This is going to be a mess. All right. Catch you around.